Greetings, peoples. Today we're going to be looking into doing a Kerbal mission, Kerbal interplanetary mission. So, thank you, Haas, for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, so I have two sort of mission profiles, I guess, in mind. I'm thinking either a pretty standard Duna mission, except unlike last time I did this, I might actually bring ISRU equipment in order to be able to do pretty much as many hops as I want. Previously, last time I did this, only brought enough fuel for 2 hops with the lander. Or I could also had an idea. I could go to Eve with like a big array of single-use drop probes, and then just drop them everywhere and get like samples of and experiments on all the biomes. And then but then that would essentially just be transmitting, because I'm not going to make anything capable of actually breaking Eve orbit. So actually, experiment time. How small can we make a science canister to Eve orbit from Eve sea level vehicle? Should be a Delta V map somewhere. Let's see. Oh, another announcement. Also, tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be doing a Gartic phone collab. So, I guess I'm still working it out with the other people in VTuber Academy, but that should be fun. Anyway, let's actually see how whether I can get ooh, what's this? Got some messages. Sorry. Well, we'll see how effectively we can get a sample container back into Eve orbit from the surface. So that is going to involve primarily a sample return container. Experiment storage unit. I'd say this one. Although I'm unsure how aerodynamic it is. It's half the mass though, so we might go with it. Probably stick it in a... Because we also need to... I'm unsure how aerodynamic this is going to be. We're going to need to be quite aerodynamic. Because... Oh, yeah. Hello, Retro. Yes. Okay. Cool, thank you for, I guess, lurking. So, yeah, we're going to bring this because it's half the mass. Well, actually, I'm going to try 2 things. First of all, making this sort of thing sticking in the fairing versus using the larger sample container and not actually having to put it in the fairing. So, electrical, we're going to need enough to get to break orbit and not much else. So I think 200 electric charge should be fine for that. Command and control. Oh, just 2 of these. So as you can probably hear in the background, my roommate is hammering away at League of Legends. Okay. Let's shunt these in because we want to fit this all within a 1 meter fairing. Payload 1 meter fairing. Boop. Boop. Okay. This masses 235 kilograms. Wrong drawer. So 2. Okay. So 235 kilograms versus if I try to put control B is 2.5. This is 5. So 2 of those is equal to 1 of these. Okay. And ooh, 1 of these. This 1 of these is larger than 2 of these. So that's actually 225 kilograms. 10 kilograms is going to make a difference in this sort of thing. 225 kilograms. Caps lock. Eve sample return mark 1. Versus use versus Eve sample return mark 2. 210 kilograms. The fairing base makes a significant difference. Now, of course, I'm unsure how much drag it's going to make. So yeah, we have 15 kilograms difference. Also, I think this looks kind of dumb, so let me actually see. I do think this looks kind of dumb though, so I think we're going to go with the other one. Looks are very important, definitely. Anyway, to actually get to Eve orbit, we need let me pull up the picture. Let's Okay, Delta V map. To get back, we need 8,000 from eve sea level, I think. We need 8,000 meters per second. This is going to be interesting. How big are these probes going to end up being? Ooh, I know. If we go with this one, we can get up with if we go with the 0.625 meter bearing, we can get even less mass, 169 kilograms. Very good, very good. So now do we have an adapter back to 1.25 meters? I think it's this one, yes. Okay, and this contains both. Oh, this only contains. Oh, okay. Can swap it out thanks to this mod I have, I guess. Yes. So engine-wise, I think of the ascent profile we need. This gives nearly body eve gives a thrust to weight ratio of 1.4 versus 2.4. Okay. Okay, versus if we put Terrier here, it masses more, so yeah. What's our 265 to 320 versus what about the Pug? It adds more fuel, which increases the delta V. And 0.3. I think it should have barely enough thrust to weight ratio to handle this. It's going to be in the upper atmosphere anyway. There's no coupling. Here, and then fuel tanks. Probably wants to go with aero spikes actually for this. Let's see. Because we want something with good sea level and below sea level specific impulse. Okay, 265 versus, that's not good. 240. This is better. Ooh, the torch maybe. Yeah, the torch has good sea level specific impulse. Ooh, do we have the aerospike? Oh, this one has 285 to 300. This one's very good actually for, I think, for what we want, I think. 65. Okay. Yeah, I think as we stand, the torch is a good option, but trying to remember what techno the aerospike was in. Oh, it's in hypersonic flight for some reason. Okay. Well, I mean, 29, 340. Yeah, aerospike would be ideal for this, but we don't have the tech, so I think we'll go with the torch. Actually, and sort of like aerospike it, actually. So it's 265. Yeah, we'll go with torches on the outside. And we need something slightly better in vacuum for the center. That's 51. This would be complete overkill. Oh. These are actually more efficient low down. Go with 6 sparks. What thrust to weight ratio does that give us? 1.35. We want better. 7 sparks. Let's stick an engine plate on. Touch node, double, triple, quad. 4x1, 6x1, there. And compact. And stick a single one there. Let's add a single one there. 1.5. Wait a minute. Why does it drop so bad? Oh. Oh, that's not good. Or the specific impulse drops very hard. Low down. I think we kind of need the aerospike to do this. That or start on a mountain. Which means that we can't actually get data from 0. So, actually, what's the torch? What's the deal? Yeah, okay, I think we need the torch for atmospheric level stuff. So, for ground level stuff. So, a torch. Several torches. Oh, one of these. Maybe. Dang, I've been streaming for 24 minutes and we still haven't really decided on anything. This is not ideal. And we still only have half the delta V we need, even for just raising this tiny little payload. So yeah, I think let's let's just do it. Let's just do a Duna mission. This could be more interesting to watch too, I think. Screw this. Just save it, sure. New, okay. Let's design the lander for our Duna mission. So we probably want a lander can. This one. Needs to be somewhat aerodynamic. Okay. Let's, yeah, swap this actually over to Duna and not Earth atmosphere. So it shouldn't matter too much because Duna's atmosphere is not particularly thick. I don't think we need to worry about it too much. So we want a convertotron. Well, we specifically actually want the ability to refine and then carry up fuel to whatever IPV we're using, because we want to be able to probably actually refuel it, and also ourselves. So stocking enough fuel for a trip there and back would be too big of an ask. Anyway, we definitely want to bring one of these though. So yeah. The problem with this one is it's kind of not great for sustained use. So yeah, as you can see, the required cooling is less than the max cooling, which means that it will overheat. So you need to use it periodically, and it makes half the amount of ore, half the rate of ore production, with the same amount of electric charge. Well, it takes actually it makes 22, 35. It makes half the fuel per second, takes 5 times as much ore, yeah, 2.5 ore per second versus 0.5 ore per second, takes the same amount of electricity. Yeah. You know what? We'll want a pretty much universal lander at some point for like a dual mission for going to the moons. Well, universal besides for airless, smallish airless bodies. So I should like it to be able to at least get to Duna orbit with some fuel to spare. Anyway, I definitely think we're going to use one of these, though. And actually, vertical landers are boring. Let's build a horizontal lander in the spaceplane hangar. So, again, lander can. Ooh, problem with that design. Well, it's thin. Duna does have an atmosphere, and whatever we build and whatever we're going to come up with here is not going to be in any way aerodynamic, because it'll be thin in this direction, but very long and thick in this direction, which is the direction it's actually going to be going. So, yeah. Okay. back to the vehicle assembly building. Well, vertical assembly building, really, 'cause it's vertical. So we want a fuel tank to carry the fuel up. Don't want it to be too tall. And really, ideally, we'd use this fuel tank. We need to stick on top of it. This thing, so yeah. Decisions. Because really I'm trying to, let's see, essentially build another version of let's see if I have a picture of it. Another version of this thing. So, yeah. Lots of silent contemplation in this kind of stream, I guess. Come on, Saya, don't be negative. Don't be negative. Also, we don't have this fuel tank yet, which is kind of useful for... And also, this thing isn't particularly aerodynamic anyway. Yeah, we may have to go with the smaller refinery, simply because the big one takes up too much space. Or volume. Or whatever. Okay. Well, you could just make the thing quite tall and then not land on slopes. That is another possibility. I mean, because really, what are we gonna put that in? Yeah, where are we gonna put if we do end up putting, even if we end up using the small one, where are we actually gonna put it in? And we have the I know. Oh, and I'm getting a call. Sorry for this. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Now I should actually be unpause the recording again. Cool. Anyway, hello peoples, I'm back. So I guess we just make this thing quite tall. No, actually, I had the idea. We will be refueling on Ike. We'll be refueling the thing on Ike because it is significantly easier to refuel there. because less gravity, no atmosphere, that sort of thing. So, what if we made the refueling bit a module that the lander docks to? Oh god, this is gonna overcomplicate things though. Huh. I'm not gonna build like a separate Ike lander. Yeah. Well, let's try doing it because it's gonna be an interesting engineering challenge. So let's make the normal lander thing. What do we actually want to stick in this? Top, we want an adapter simply so that we can get slightly better aerodynamics, I would think. And this sort of thing. Yeah. Then on top of that, though, actually, is there a slightly less... We don't want a massive dunce cap. 80 kilograms versus 100 kilograms. There. Now, want docking ports on top. Yes. Then, yeah, okay, in here we're going to put various science experiments, I think. Let's see what we can put in there. One of these is going to be almost entirely taken up by this radial science junior bit. Which clips in quite a lot, so perhaps we'll put it underneath actually in a utility bay, service bay. Yeah. These really don't provide much space, actually. Sort of thing. I have to worry about aerodynamics, which is never great. Oh, screw it, we'll just make it look like this. It's the doors. I want to make things look good, but it's just... Definitely want one of these though, because these are super useful. Oh, hey Davkas. Trying out a new mission profile sort of thing, where going to Duna. Oh, thank you for the follow, Davkas. Yeah, trying out a new mission profile where I'm going to have a refining unit which can drop on top of the Duna lander so we can land it on Ike and refuel. Ike is Duna's moon, if you're not familiar with the Kerbal Space Program Kerbal system. Atmospheric fluid, imagery device, all the other experiments. So, Now, ooh, I know how to get access to this. We'll just stick a ladder here. Yeah, because I want to be able to like have a Kerbal sit outside this, so I guess the scientist Kerbal can go reset the experiments, do stuff. Yeah, the big problem, I guess, is where do we stick this thing? So we need a Science Junior, definitely, materials bay, but like, it's so big, so freaking big. Jeez. So freaking big, and there's like nowhere to put it. Except for a service bay. I know what to do. This thing. Boom. Service bay. Lots of space for things. I'll probably fill it mostly with fuel. Also has monopropellant, which is going to be useful. So most of the experiments go in here. The atmospheric thingy can go outside it. Then Science Bay can go right underneath where the ladder usually goes. Well, where the ladder will go, has to go. Just be set far enough in. We're not actually really clipping into anything. There's just open space in there. We want electrical bits, I think. So turn on a bit of non-strict part attachment checks so we can actually use this node. Boom. That should be enough. electric charge for our purposes. Yeah, when we're actually going to be doing the refining bit, we're going to stick on a fission generator, a nuclear reactor. Should provide just enough electricity for us. That or I think around Duna, a Gigantor array. Okay. A Gigantor array makes a bit under half as much as this reactor does, and masses... Okay. This masses 284 kilograms. This masses 300 kilograms. This is a better option. Even with its need for... Well, actually, that's 284 plus it needs 150 kilowatts of cooling, which means we would actually need that plus this, which is 86 kilograms, which really all in all puts this on par with this plus its radiator slightly heavier than a single Gigantor, but it makes a bit over twice the power, so we're going to go with a nuclear reactor for this. Ah, the wonders of Kerbals not actually caring about radiation. So you can just stick reactors everywhere. Yes. I mean, I could get Kerbalism, the Kerbalism mod, and then they would care about radiation, but I'm not a masochist, so I'm not gonna do that. Because then I also have to like deal with solar radiation and life support and all that. So, yeah, I'm not a masochist. I'm not gonna get Kerbalism. Anyway, we need to make a normal, regular Duna lander thing. Yeah, well, I'm very excited for Kerbal Space Program 2, because they're going to have, like, all sorts of cool stuff. Wait, actually, I had this in reference for Kerbin. No. Out at Duna, it only makes 9 electricity per second. The nuclear reactor is by far the better option. Yeah, I'm so excited. Although, I don't know, I'm not like jumping for joy or anything. Not a very jumpy for joy kind of person. Yeah, nuclear reactor, much better option. I mean, we're going to put some solar panels on this because what's I gonna say? I'm gonna put solar panels on this because it doesn't need very much power, and these don't actually mass very much. So we only need like panels here and there, something like that. Oh, no, I want the long ones. Yeah, something like that. That should be fine, solar-wise. Otherwise I have to put them down there, and then they're getting covered up by these and all sorts of stuff. It looks a little bit dumb, but it's fine. Anyway, in here we're gonna put... Oh wait, I still need to put the rest of the experiments in here. Science. Thermometer. Accelerometer. Gravioli detector. and barometer. Boom. And we might as well also put on a magnetometer. Wait, no, magnetometer is entirely useless in atmosphere, so we're going to put the magnetometer on our actual mothership, which I need to come up with a name for at some point. Oh, why did I have it on? Oh, I got symmetry on. So what we're going to do is move from symmetry all of these. So we can yank them off the other side. So in here we can put, I mean, really, what we need there is, yeah, we're gonna, don't need much comms. Don't need much actual communication power because we're going to be relaying everything through the mothership. So we really don't need that good of an antenna. So might as well put one of these on. Yep. To it. $2G versus 15. But yeah. Yeah. Have a good time with, well, whatever it is you're doing. Devcus, thank you for coming. Yeah. I think in here we're just gonna stick a bunch of fuel. Boop. 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 Perfect. So then here we need something to stand on, and I'm not sure that bay doors are going to be sufficient, so ladder. Right here. Now, this does mean we need to close the bay doors whenever we want to actually access it, otherwise we're going to squish the Kerbal, but that's fine. Or actually, ladder up here. Just plop the Kerbal on top. Also a ladder here. Hopefully, I have to check whether Kerbal can bridge that. Should be fine, I think. Opening this up again. Here we are going to put yet more propellant. We always need more propellant. Something like this. Come on. Absolute. Oop. 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 Okay, this is stuffing a bit more in there than should physically fit, so I'm going to concede and not put this in. Actually, let's do 2 of these. Okay. There. Okay, that's within bounds. Then, how big is one of these? Yeah, there isn't a great amount of volume in here for putting stuff. Good enough, I think. So, getting this back into actually, getting this back into, well, down and up from Duna, we require a grand total of 1450 up. Say 1500 up, plus another, say, 300 down, so like 1800. 0.8 kilometers per second. Engines wise, does this have the, has this, okay. Okay, yeah, this has more than enough for a descent and then ascent. Thrust to weight ratio of 2. So then landing gear. There. Okay. Should definitely be enough. Ooh, want to put so is Yep, for lighting up the operations area, plus a light inside the light inside the bay. To illuminate this. Cool. Then on the front, very important, the landing light. Okay, and now a way to get to the surface, which is going to be this one. Stand ladder. That gets close enough to the ground for our purposes. Yeah, and that should be everything we need, I think. Oh yes, RCS. We have 120 mile propellant should be enough for a docking, definitely. Thruster-wise, command and control. Want angled ones, I think. This has a thruster powerful. This has a slightly higher specific impulse. Let's see what the specific impulse is. Sure. $75 versus 290. So just objectively better for Duna, I'd say. This one's. They're slightly heavier, but shouldn't be too big of a problem. Yeah, there. Boom. E. Come on. So, RCS balance-wise, it is almost entirely unbalanced. Wonderful. We need to move them down, which means we need to put these things somewhere else. Or get a bit more creative with the thruster placements. How about more thrusters down? There. Like these. How about one of these? Ooh, yes, no. These are quite powerful. How about... And you could just stick some of these and then lower the power. Yeah, let's just do that. Limiter. 8. Cool. Duna and 1. Save. So let us verify that it actually works. Parachutes aren't going to be particularly useful for this. So, let's check whether stuff like the ladders work. Launch. So, helping Jeb out. Do the ladders work? This ladder works fine. You don't want to blast Jeb in the face with a thruster. How about ladder up? Needs to be closer, I think. Let's be closer. So rotate. Okay. Jab out. Can he make it up this time? Yep. I think he can. I just need to be. Oh, hello, hello, Riggs. Ooh, I am very sorry. I forgot to swap my category. I am dumb. I have that. Thank you for telling me. Jeez. And I even have that written down in my streaming checklist. Make sure you're on the right category, but apparently no, I didn't check that out. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. So if I climb out here, okay. Just kind of need to spam climb it. Perhaps if I just put another ladder there, it should be fine. Thank you. Can... Yes. That can be reached. Okay. This appears to be a recurring problem. That the ladders generally are not quite high enough. There. Jet out. This time, I can press climb out and it should work. Here, I can go all the way up. And for some reason, it still slides me to the back, huh? I mean, on Duna, their jetpacks do have a thrust to weight ratio above 1, so I can just fly, but I want the ladders to work. Yeah, I don't think I can actually attaching to that. Down a bit. Overlap the rungs a bit, and hopefully should this time. Okay. Try this again. Boom. Okay, this does work. Cool. And we can go back down. Huh. Good enough. So lander is pretty much good, although We do want near and so thrust to weight ratio of 2. What's the difference in specific impulse? 345 versus 320. It's a pretty significant difference in specific impulse, actually. Because yeah, because these our center of mass is not centered. Let's see if this actually causes a problem, though I think reaction wheels and perhaps RCS should be able to counter it fairly easily, and also the engine gimbal. However, I would not like to go spiraling when I actually implement this. Hence, whip to the yeah, we start turning, but as soon as we turn on SAS, yeah, SAS easily handles this, especially with the engine gimbal. Okay. Unhack gravity. Okay. Oh. Hello. You are, I believe that's an L low. What brings you here? I think I remembered everything on this. Now the important bit comes. Coming up with the big hat that will go on top of this with body hike, fuel tanks, substantial. I said fuel tanks. Okay, that might be a little bit too much. Fuel tanks, substantial. For out that we have 457. This has probably enough for several hops, though I do want to bring even more fuel than that. Okay. No. A Convertotron. We will have to land this somewhere quite flat, otherwise this will tip over. However, this should be pretty good. We also need storage for the ore. structural. A truss. Modular truss should be able to store all the things. We need to essentially have all the trappings of a probe. Well, all the trappings of a several things. We're just really, we're essentially just using this thing's engine, actually. How much LTV do you need to actually get off and onto Ike? $390 to get up. This, as of now, is providing more than enough. Okay, yeah. Control. Stabilizer, probably. Or container. And enough RCS to do some maneuvers. How much does this have? 20. Yeah, enough RCS to do some maneuvers. And most importantly, a nuclear reactor. Singular. And then cooling for reactor and this and everything. And also long arms for the drills. Thrust ratio is still functional. Especially because it's an airless body, so we don't actually need to go up very high. So, I believe it was 3 drills to a Convertotron, but only go with 2 here because I want to. So it puts too much down. And wait, actually, it's 30. I would 30 electricity electric charge per second for that, and then for a drill, it's 2. Though, do we have? This is important. Do we have ore data for Ike? Because if not, we're gonna have to fix that. SCANSat, celestial body, Ike. Type altimetry. Visual. Okay, well we've been past Ike, but we haven't gotten any data on it. Okay, that must be fixed. does this have the ability to go? The current... Yes, we can probably definitely go to Ike with this. However, want a relay Duna. So actually, going from transferring to, okay, we have like 4 kilometers per second in this thing, so how much would it actually take to go to Ike, scan it, and then come back? Okay, assuming it's 360 plus 30 plus 180. 60 plus 30 plus 180 to... Yeah, with 4 kilometers per second delta V, we have more than enough fuel to actually do this. So, this has turned into an impromptu, let's go SCANSat something. Stream. Which I guess a lot of my KSP streams turn into, but let's go SCANSat something is an important... is important to do. Oh, let's see about how we're going to actually do this. Probably something like this. Intercept Ike's orbit, then just forward, backward orbits. Ike. Rendezvous. Ike set as target. Focus back on Duna. Okay. Perfect. In 2 days. Perfect. This is actually pretty ideal. We're going to be in the nearly polar orbit when we make the transfer. This could not have gone better. I'm definitely going to regret those words in a few minutes. But let's do this. Let's see. Have all these actually been turned off? Yes. I think I do remember this not having enough solar panels to fully do its job, so we'll have to split the job up. But our priority is resource scans. So we can do those first and then set it. I mean, really, we just need these to be done by the time our mission, our Kerbal mission gets here, which is going to be in a while. So yeah, we don't need this to go very fast at all. Forming burn. Okay, it's done. Now, let us put a maneuver here to slightly fine-tune this. Oh, thank you, Brothers Blade, for the follow. To shut this down. Wrong direction, we want to go. This direction because we want to get it up. Want to get a polar orbit. This looks pretty polar. To skim fairly close to take advantage of the Oberth effect. Oh, okay, I think we may have gone a little bit too far on that. There. 55 meters per second. To do a plane change, that would probably take us a lot more if we want to do it at Ike. Smart. Very smart. Then so we're here. We want to put over here to drop down to, actually, what is the optimum altitude for all my stuff? I want below 500, above 250. Below 400, above 300. Okay, so 350. 350 is looking like, yeah. Have to drop lower for the high resolution imager, but that's fine. So Looks like 350 is what we're aiming for. What's this? Okay. Execute that. Dun, 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 dun. And orbit made. Orb maneuver is successful. And then we want to expand our orbit to a roughly 350 by 350 orbit. And we still have quite a lot of fuel left. Very good. Very nice. It's because this was originally designed to be a MOHO SCANSat, so it had a lot more fuel than needed for Duna, and a lot less solar panels than needed for Duna, fortunately. But it means that we can just dawdle around the system with impunity, but actually, are our Duna scans fully complete? Biome is good, I think. Yeah, 100, 100, 100, 100. Then do anomaly scan and bring a telescope on our main craft if we want to. 100, 100. Anyway, let us be in a solar eclipse. Yay. Okay, let's time warp past this eclipse. There we go. Swing to face. Turn on the important bit, which is this thing, which needs the surface to be in daylight, which we can make that happen. And turn on this, so we can handle another like 2 electricity per second. The multispectral is what gets us multispectral one is what. Ooh. need to add a fake demand because Near Future Systems Manager does not know about SCANSat scanning modules. Anyway, we can handle 2.56. Currently we are using 1.5, 2.5, so this is all we can have on at the moment. It's fine, we're not going to be doing, and wait for, we can have the altimetry and the image scans can wait. For now, we care about biome is one of the most important. Also, we'll get a low-res visual because the multispectral does have a visual spectrum scanners, but also they're only low-resolution cameras relative to the telescope. Don't get any height data, but we do get both low and high resolution OR scans. Low from the multispectral, I think, and high resolution from our dedicated OR scanner. Anyway, let's swing this up to speed. Can we handle the next speed? Sort of. Let's go with this speed for now. Ooh. We cannot quite handle that much power being used. Let's turn off the multispectral. Get a full OR scan. Actually, let's turn on the multispectral, turn off the OR scanner. Get the multispectral scans. Get low resolution OR data, but that's fine. It gets better at like being able to be interesting. Essentially turn this into a just chatting stream when we're waiting for this sort of thing, but I don't feel like I have the improv abilities to do that. Come on. Come on, Saya, stay positive. Oh, can watch pretty lines getting drawn on an orb. That's what we can do. Pop up in the big body hike or Ooh. No. Looking at the spacings, we should actually be pretty good. We're getting it processing along pretty well. Is it coming up next? Yeah, we're getting swaths, good swaths. The spacings of the orbit are fine. Would be nice if it scan during the night, which I think is what the that hexagonal scanner will let us do, but that thing is real large, and we don't really need 24/7 scanning because the multispectral, which is what gets us the biomes, only scans during the day. So we have to have a waiting for date. We have to have a only scanning half the time thing anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, we're getting pretty good coverage actually. What's the... Okay, 6.9 degrees. We're nearly done. This front. Okay, that slice is being closed up. Perfect. Then this slice closed up. Good. Ooh, I know what I can do. Skip the nights. That'll... goes to full scan, but save us, well, really only a few seconds, but it gives me something to do. Nearly done, say. Dun, dun, dun. No. Swipes left. And then eventually it's gonna come around to that. Say. Yeah, let's. Now, why? Yeah, I think that's pretty much as much power as we're gonna get. Is that to run out slowly, surely. Where is that patch? Open patch right there. Okay, let's warp ahead until pass through it. And there's going to be, it's going to pass through at some point right there. Okay. It's about to happen. Multispectral. Is on. And shwoof. Perfect. pretty much 100%. Nice. Now let's turn on resource mapping. Start scan. Turn off the multispectral scanner. How much power does this thingy use? 2 EC per second. That's more than what our solar panels can handle. Yeah, we at least have a rough idea. Looking at big guy. Let's see. Oh yeah, we should probably transmit this data back. Oh, we can go to this speed and it won't error out. I think we passed behind. Duna. The big map. And tuning for going for high concentrations of ore. It seems mostly centered around the poles and only about 5%. So that means the drills will only run at 5% strength, and I'm not sure if that also affects how much power they use and how much Okay. As high 93%. Getting there. I think the issue is the sensor. Yes. Oh wait, no, it has a higher field of view. Ah, I see. We passed behind Duna just then, so there's gaps covered. Anyway, at the most we can probably hope to get is 10% if we do like the surface survey thing. We're talking about like 5% probably, so let's grab the data from this. Speaking of which, what's the concentration of carbon? But Duna seems to be better concentration. Yeah. Oh wait, no, we should go back and turn on the well, get a full scan, then turn on the altimeter. %. It would be nice if I could get a better view of what exactly is isn't scanned already, but it's going to be here. It's going to be here. Doesn't need. Okay, next is going to be here. Does this need scanning? No. It says here. Does this need any? Scan. Also no. Ah, but next is gonna be here, and this is where the little gap in the scan coverage is. Right there. And perfect. Think right there is our final swap. Stuff that needs to be scanned. It's not going to get scanned by that. It is going to be scanned by is going to be scanned by that. Next up, I think we need to get to this little swath, which is going to be scanned by come on, that. That is the last little gap I see in the coverage. Can, I don't know, perhaps extract another science from that. And then turn off the resource scanner. Turn on the altitude scanner. There we go. And are we aligned with the sun? Sort of. Better. Okay. Now that we know we have like about 7%, I think it was, or which is not great at all. Ike's not particularly it's not particularly rich in it, but it has less gravity, so we're going with that. It takes like less than a third the delta V to get off of. So we're going with this. So electrical wise, can handle which thing says we can handle like one drill with our reactor. Wait, no, harvest only takes 15, huh? So it took 30. That's at 150% base efficiency. Well, 2 of them, I think. Yeah, cool. Which means we need to somehow stick these 2 drills into the ground from all the way up there. Which we can do fairly easily, actually, by the power of modular girder segments. And we do want to actually fit. No, we are going to be cheating a little bit by attaching everything to the main tank. So that it's all more structurally sound. We want something like this, I'd say, so shrunk it down a bit, this down a bit. This down a bit. This up a bit. Perfect. That should definitely get contact with the ground. Yes, this looks a little bit odd. That's fine. Grab these structurally bits. Where's the strut connect? Okay, there now symmetry is working like it's supposed to. Ooh. But now, no. How about this to here? Good, okay. Okay. Come on. Love the update when they made it so you could move both ends of a strut. Okay. So now, heat rejection. We need 550 kilowatts of heat rejection. Which we can take care of with some of these, I think. Need another 100 after those, so let's up should go. There. Then on the top, at the top, we can add one of these. But also no. Could have just done this. There, okay. Okay, we need another 100 worth. This does 150. Let's do. This does 50. Two of these. There. Two of these. So we want a bit more dissipation, I think. A bit of extra. We'll put these here. Ooh. Possible problem. So now let's make it compact. We're seeing a problem. Because these stick out quite a lot, and putting them into orbit to actually attach to this is not going to be particular. So, I had an idea. Come this way. Do they act now? Okay, first problem. Now they are in front of the RCS ports. And they drill the landing gear. Okay. Perhaps I can just retract quite a bit of this in. I'll just stuff them here. Actually, we can pull all that off anyway. There. More compact. Wonderful. And we just want to stick one of these on. That's these radiator panels. Emits as much heat as this radiator panel. That's odd. Okay. Anyway, I'll stick this on top. Well, directly on the reactor. Just to make sure we have then we also need to additionally, okay, I'll pull this out because we need to additionally on top of that put another clampetron. Then balance RCS. Yeah, I think these small solar panels are gonna that. Okay. Anyway, now we need to balance the RCS because now this entire thing needs to also be able to dock. Translation. Okay. Control. Let's stick 4 of these on here. These on here and see what happens. So. Oh hey. That's pretty much perfect, actually. Now, this entire thing is going to be very sluggish. Like, very, very sluggish, but okay. And we have a thrust weight ratio above 1 on Ike. And we can carry up some quantity of fuel. To store on our mothership. For trips down. Okay. So I think that amount of prep work is done. Let's save this. And I think I'll end it off here. Watch me get raided just now. Seems to always happen. Wait for it. I think I need to actually start my intro to get raided at the end of a stream. Okay. Let's see. Start my outro. I believe I actually have an outro, sort of. Okay. This stream is sponsored by following me on Twitter and Twitch and subscribing on YouTube and stuff. Yeah, please do it. Click, comment, subscribe, that sort of thing. Gives me validation. Gives me a lot of validation. Anyway, have a good insert time zone relevant greeting here, and I will bid you all farewell.